Hope you have a good day. Today we have a tea time video. It's about the theft in Hong Kong for the store recovery force like TCG. So I'm just gonna show you guys the article. I think the article is interesting, very interesting. So the title basically says single family dad fake as if pretending that he's actually just browsing and he just ran off with two of the cosplay Pikachu, basically the Rayquazas, and ran off, basically stealing the cards, while I was saying. And then he was, for his theft action, he was in prison for 1 year. And the judge was actually saying, I didn't know these cards cost that much. Because it's 24 months, so it's like 2 months. So it's like $24,000, so about 3,000 US dollars, kind of. If you click on the article, basically, like, it shows a glorious. The reason why I covered this is basically a theft of, like I said, 24,000 for two cars for the cosplay. Just as I didn't know it costs like 10,000 Hong Kong dollars per car, didn't know that was that. Is an employed person. This the person that allegedly actually is already kind of like sentenced, but it's like the person is 35 years old. He's unemployed. He stole it from in April, basically 4 months ago, from like TCG in TST, in Hong Kong, for those cosplay like cosplay Pikachu, the Rayquaza, the dark Rayquaza, and the regular. They stole those two cars. That's the store that was stolen. Like, that's the judge. But basically, I think the article, it was like they stole the two cars and then they gave it to Mr. Ho or something, and then they're like, oh, he's the boss. He's supporting two kids, a son and a daughter, and he also has like elderly parents. So he succumbs to the financial pressure, and that's why he stole the cards. Kind of. And he repents and hope he can be released soon to be accompany the child and stuff. I don't know what I should think about it, because it was like, I understand the temptation with the hype of One Piece and Pokemon and whatever trading game out there. The temptations is there. I understood it. I think the article focus is off a little bit, because it was like it's trying to use the pity kind of criteria on this a lot, because it's like, oh, he's unemployed, he's single family, he has elderly parents, and he has like kids that he needs to support. It was like before. It doesn't matter if it's Pokemon. Isn't that the whole article focus is off? It's just like it shouldn't be purely black and white. It's like someone stole something and should pay for the consequence of the theft. Like all that additional factors, it is a sad situation, but all that external factors, it shouldn't be there. It should be purely straighter, black and white. Someone should pay for the theft in general. It doesn't matter if it's Pokemon or not. The fact it was Pokemon, though, it adds on the dimension that Pokemon is no longer a childhood toy play item. It's not that anymore for a lot of people. It became a target of easy money transfer, because it's not traceable for the most part. It's easier than stealing money from a bank or jewelry store, because because those has higher security. Car stores don't. It just kind of reflect that part of the equation, as in trading cards is not. It's crazy enough that trading cards is basically seen as a easy money, profitable, transferable, non-traceable, valued item at this point. We never we never have it. Like people steal gold and silver, and basically, it is just the bar of stealing is easier than all those stuff like gold, silver, jewelry, watches, money is easier than that, and it's easier to transfer. Like it's kind of like became a easy for lack of saying, like you know how you have like money laundering and stuff, like those stuff when you join organization, they teach you like how to identify money laundering and whatnot. It, hey, they didn't include TCG in that kind of like lecture, right? They just talk about, oh, be aware of like money transfer and stuff, like it could be money laundering and stuff. They just talk about money. They didn't talk about, okay, apparently TCG is part of it. Anyway, that's basically it for the story. I just thought it was kind of also funny. The people, I think most people now are aware of it because of all these theft that is on the social media and whatnot are more aware of the craziness of Pokemon, for like I was saying. For those that actually tune in those or have members of family and friends into those, they probably. But there's also like those people that outside of Pokemon that actually like, oh, I didn't know those stuff cost that much, So it was also interesting, but for the theft, they imprisoned him for 1 year. 35 years old. It's kind of sad. Imagine like 35 is pretty young, right? Like so much you can do in your life, and then you just have that little mark on your basic life. It's kind of like leaving a mark, right? For like I was saying, still. So yeah, basically that's the tea. I just don't know what to think about TCG anymore, to be honest. Like in the old days, people go to a trade show. It's like La La Land. Everything is safe. You just bring your inventory, and you can even leave the stuff in the car and go to a restaurants after, and you felt safe because no one's gonna bust in your car. Like these days, like you cannot leave anything, let alone TCG stuff, in your car. You need to put a tracker in case people stole your item. If you have like, I don't know, a box of stuff, you probably want to put a tracker in it. You also want to run anti-track on your thing in case people track your car so that they know where you live, so that they basically burn your place, kind of. So it's kind of like sad that it comes to that, like, because it's basically like go from a known institution of bank to an individual itemized collector slash trader or whatever you call them, and it becomes to that. So and it become a target. It makes you become a target. So it's kind of like questioning if anyone want to even share or review that they have this hobby in that sense. Kind of. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think. Until next time, have a good one, guys. Bye.